All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We're going to look at three on this video, DXYZ and SERV Robotics. Haven't looked at those two in a good while. And then we'll take one more review at KULR, all right? And, I always say Friday is a loser day, but my goodness, that was not the case at all with at least these first two, right? DXYZ, big candle on what was a new contract for SpaceX. Look, I've been talking about DXYZ for a while, and the entire basis for the DXYZ trade is Elon Musk helped Trump win in so many ways. There was so much attention on Twitter, this and that, right? And at some point, favors are going to be returned. And in my head, that's going to equal new SpaceX contracts, right? So I think we just saw the first of what will be many. The guy's not even in office yet, right? So big news on a brand new contract. Big candle. You can see it in the box over there. The high of the day was $67.26. The close of the day was exactly that. There is no wick. It was a very strong candle. I don't normally highlight after hours a lot, but yeah, I think that extra 10% was really because of the strength of that close right there, okay? When we look at SERV, okay, I was looking at this thing. I actually even mentioned it on the Discord on the 5th. It looked like SERV was trying to escape the MAs, and my goodness, it did, and it did, and then some, right? So it is difficult to get out of a single moving average, let alone multiple, right? And the conditions were right, NASDAQ was right, and again, instead of a loser Friday, we get a very big 20% gain right there, right? With KULR, the big thing, and again, we talked about it on the Discord offering. The offering, hold on, sorry, right here. The offering, there's a screenshot here. Please let us know if it's incorrect, but it looks like the offering was at 79 cents, okay? The fact that it's at 79 cents and we're still holding about $1.30, that's strong right there, let alone that we're holding the moving averages, we're over all five and all that other stuff, right? So I realize people were expecting a rocket. My videos aren't about rockets either, right? But so far, this is actually still doing really, I would say relatively well. I just need a couple firmer candles to really give me that direction. You know what I mean? So excited to talk about all these for sure. Very quick disclaimer. The chart readers, just community and everything has been growing so fast, especially lately. There are a lot more bots. There are a lot more spammers. Listen, every single thing I do is free, okay? From the YouTube to the Discord page, the other socials, there is nothing I charge for. I will never ask you how your trading is doing. I will never give you promises of making you better than me if you give me 3,000 or 5,000 or whatever, all right? So it is an ugly internet out there, except for our beautiful little corner. And I'm so grateful for everyone being a part of that. But please be safe, be careful. We're making good money on these tickers. Don't let some spam bot take it. You know what I mean? So, all right, all that said, before we do go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we're going to use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here, giving me your time, oh, I'm so grateful for it, all right? So let's get into it. And I always start up here, right? But I really want to start with the volume and talk about what we're seeing, okay? So again, there was some interesting things when this thing IPO'd. I remember when everyone first heard there was some sort of SpaceX IPO, for lack of words. It gained a lot of attention, and I mean, it just crushed it. You can see in the beginning, right? All of a sudden it pretty much dies until the election, right? November 5th, happens. November 6th, the day after, it basically takes off and goes, right? And the baseline thought really is, look, if this is heavily SpaceX focused, SpaceX is probably going to get some new contracts, right? Twitter was essentially a Trump platform, right? And again, I'm not here to talk about politics and debate the goods and bads from it. We're here to make some money on tickers because of outcomes that we see, right? And if Elon did so much for Trump, there is going to be a thank you coming, and I think we saw the first one on Friday. Probably not even the first one. I've got to believe there's been other ones, right? But on Friday there was a brand new contract that was issued to SpaceX. They're going to launch some more satellites up there. Listen, this is exactly what the expectation is, and I can tell you the market liked it. Okay. Now I realized I said I was going to start with volume, and I haven't really said anything yet, but for me, the volume is king, and I see that, it's easy to go, oh my, and I love these 4 candle days. Okay, these are great because number one, it's very sustained growth, right? Not able to get over the 50-day, just barely able to get over the 50-day, nicely gets over the 50-day, even better over the 50-day, right? And each day you can see it's like a nice little ladder step, right? So we are starting to get a nice little healthy growth, and clearly the price is doing even better than the volume would scream, right? But I love these for sure because that's what starts the parabolic machine. You know what I mean? Generally speaking, when you drop like this, when you're pushing 20 million shares per day, and all of a sudden you fall. What was this one? This one was horrible right here. You fall to 700,000 less than a million shares. You generally don't stay horizontal. You generally pump and dump when something like that happens, right? So that's where we'll come back up to the moving averages, and really, my goodness, I think I'm gonna delete these lines. There are way too many lines. I don't even have anything up there anymore. Let's delete everything and make everything fresh. So again, nope, one more time. Sorry. Delete all. There we go. Sorry about that. So again, when you can go all the way up, when you lose, I mean, I can't even do that math in my head, but that's probably a 95% loss of volume at that lowest point that I just showed. And I'm showing it if you're looking at that box, 700K, right? If you're going to lose 95% volume, but you're going to hold relatively flat, there is a level of strength to that, and the 8 moving average very much screams it. We never ever lose the 8, right? We open below it, we close above it. We close below it once. Doji never counts as confirmation. Look, that is actually a higher low than this one, right? So relatively comparing red to red, that's a good red compared to this one, right? And then lo and behold, we see the rest of the green that followed, right? But I'm telling you, I love this 8 moving average for a reason. It helps. Again, I would have for sure expected pump and dump. I would have expected pump and dump for real, maybe down to the 100 moving average. Instead, the line said, no, 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 don't worry. I'm strong enough to hold. Let's just wait and go. And again, you can see what bouncing off of it and does it, right? I talked about the candle itself in the beginning of the video one more time. Look at the thing, right? The third line, it says the high of the day is $67.26. That is to the penny, the close of the day. When the high of the day and the close of the day are the same, that literally means people are buying and buying and buying and buying and buying, and they have to just ring the alarm and say, hey, we're done. Get out of here. Come back Monday if you want. Instead of coming back on Monday, they kept buying after hours. And I generally say after hours is a little bit of a trap, but I will tell you, DXYZ, dun 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 dun, right here. So it seemed like 68.60 was the next resistance. Let me just go to the regular hours. We just barely closed under that, okay? I was a little surprised the move actually happened after hours, but my thought was if we can break 68.60, I think the 80s might be next, right? And lo and behold, it all happened after hours. Once it took, let me see if I can still see it. Nice, we can still see the post-market minute. I promise you, I actually didn't do this before, and I What's that line right there? 66. What's that one right there? No, I didn't call it very well. Oh, 68's 80. No, I can't give myself that much credit. No. But hey, it made a nice little whatever. No, no, no. We're here tonight. Never mind. Blah, blah, blah. I still believe this comment though. I think 80s are next. And again, I deleted some lines. We're going to draw some lines. All I did was basically take half of the biggest candle, right? Arguably, I might need to raise that line a little bit, but my lines aren't here for perfect, right? So I still see 82 is next, right? Where did I get that 68 number from? It was right here. I did believe, and you can see it, the open of this candle was 68.59, right? A penny over what I just put here. Once we got into here, green, 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 red, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. It feels like we might be making a fast channel to 82 right there, right? So we ended regular hours at 79 RSI, but I really like this MACD. MACD is diverging and wanting to go more positive. Excuse me while I zoom out. This is the highest the MACD has ever been. We are going to uncharted positive territory. Divergence just means two lines going away. Green is diverging up, and that's what I like, right? And I mean, a 79 is generally a high RSI. We were at a 93 this day, a 94.7 that day, right? Even the day before, what was this one? That was an 85 right there. What was this one? 76. Look, we went 76, 85, 93, and 94. You can slow down that video if you want, but I was looking at the RSI box right there, roughly in the middle, right? So it knows how to climb from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s. It definitely dropped, right? It definitely went from 50 to 30. I do remember that like it was yesterday, right? But hey, as long as the moving averages hold, it should be a good thing, right? At this point, I would put this as my next line. We really don't want to go below 60.25, right? Again, roughly speaking, half of that candle. If we lose that, it might be a fast green, 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 red, red, red. At the minimum, though, I don't believe we're going to lose the 8 moving average. It's been doing this has been a very healthy and sustained hold of it. What seemed like a silly rocket, again, I started with it, that probably would have pumped and dumped otherwise, is actually bouncing on it, living on it very well, and now doing a nice little takeoff right there, right? When I look at the weekly, okay, it's interesting to see a couple things, all right? This is definitely a high 86 RSI. I do see the volume kind of coming back down this way, but I kind of maybe see a little bit of a growth that way as well, right? So I think this was the wild jump from the election, and hey, maybe this is a little more the normal trading, and I think that's a little bit more of a sustained slope right there. So I'm looking at the weekly volume a little bit. Again, this is a beautiful MACD, and hey, as much as I generally would ring an alarm bell, we've seen 90 pluses on really hot sectors, right? Like QUBT. Look at that thing on the weekly. Same weekly is pushing a 98 on the RSI. Ion Q pushing a 91 on the RSI. Both of those, I just made a video saying that I think they want more. You know what I mean? So when I look at the DXYZ 86, I'm actually still kind of seeing a little baby divergence. It kind of looks like the green wants to keep going away from the red. They were closer to each other, seems like right here than right here. Maybe I'm just making it up. I have no idea, right? But I'm still liking it despite how hot it is. I think we're pushing potentially to all-time highs. I will do this really quickly. I do believe if we break this line, this is our golden line. I do. Obviously, there's another good line to draw up here I see it. Obviously, the true all-time high is all the way up at the wick around 105. I sincerely believe if we break 82, there are no more real hard resistances left, okay? Last thing I do want to say, I forgot to say it really quickly, even on the weekly, we broke the biggest candle to the left. We clearly closed up here. This is the regular hour view. That's all the way down here. And hey, I like this 60 line a lot more because it's basically the top of that right there. So very, very bullish as long as we hold 60. I actually think we're headed to that 82 up there. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Let's take a look at SERV Robotics. And I'm telling you, I started with it. I've been hunting this one. I really, really have. And on the 5th, just before the close of the day, Thursday, this candle right here, this candle caught my eye. It really felt like this was going to go. And, you know, a little bit less on the moving average escape. All the other tech things were blowing up, right? Quantum was doing wild. AI was doing wild. Robotics is a combo of both. You're gonna have some AI integration in robots. The better robots probably have some quantum computers that are like leading the brain, right? I'm not that smart. I'm just kind of saying some things that sound educated in my head. You know what I mean? But I've been waiting for the robotics to catch up. RR isn't doing as well. Oh my gosh, I'm wrong. RR is not bad at all. Get over the 100 moving average, and there's a lot of room right there. Your boy's going to set an alert. Look, an alert is not an immediate notification. I wouldn't mind knowing 89 cents on RR. Real quick, break the 100, take me to the 200. That's a positive MACD. That's a very healthy 68 RSI. And look, what was a difficulty hitting the 50-day average all of a sudden is not. Keep an eye on RR for sure. Looks like all of a sudden this became a SERV and RR section for robotics. Look, and same comment, right? The tech is hot. Tech is amazingly hot, right? When we look at NASDAQ decided to never lose my golden line. It decided to, more importantly, never lose the 8 and the 20. Gave us a little bit of a scare, gave us a bigger scare right here, but yeah, bad candle, no confirmation, good. Little bit of a scare, doji don't count, all, you know what I mean? So NASDAQ's been doing really, really hot. We've been gapping up and closing well. Finally at that 88 RSI, so I've been kind of saying maybe a healthy cool down's coming, but yeah, just seems like all we're going to do is live up and up and up above the 8 and the 20 moving average, right? So with tech doing well, with AI doing well, with quantum doing well, it felt like robotic would be next, okay? At this point, we're hunting the break at 12.12. That is the next money line. And just look at the channel, right? No history at all. Green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing for what has now been, 3-5 months, right? So that could be a very, very fast channel. If you missed Friday, it's okay. Break that 12.12, and I do believe that we're going to try to kiss 17 right there. I actually have to color this one golden as well. If we break this line, I do believe it's nothing but all-time highs. Obviously, all-time high is way up there. There's maybe a line that I could see right there, but no. I think we break that and we're running right there. Loving the positive MACD. It's been there before, right? When we were looking at the last one, what did I just cover? Oh, you're lying. Wow. DXYZ, sorry. DXYZ has never been any higher than the MACD is today. That's a beautiful thing right there in so many different ways. Though it's not the same thing as SERV, hey, I know this bad boy knows, this bad girl for my ladies watching, knows how to go up real quickly with the MACD. Volume might follow and so will the price, right? So, that said, give me the good, slow, and steady. You know I actually like that a lot more than most of these YouTube channels, right? I would say I'm still bullish as low as 1090, okay? Maybe you can argue as low as 1017, but I think that's a little too low. I really hope that this doesn't go any lower than that 1090. Let's call it 1075 if you want to just give or take some hairs, right? But break 12.12, that's the goal with SERV Robotics. This is a real good weekly. This stock has not been alive for 50 weeks. You can actually see that the 20 moving average is relatively new. Like that, I'm not going to count it all, but we're nowhere near 50. So we're over all the moving averages on the weekly. Again, this is the first candle to really do it well. All these other ones on the weekly I would call a doji or worse, right? So this is the first good one. That kind of makes me believe we have a real shot at 14 sometime next week, actually. And look at that. Very, 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 very healthy 63. Beautiful divergence right there. MACD never fell into the negative. I don't know where the red one is yet, right? The MACD hasn't been alive for 9 of them to get the average number, but I don't know if green's over red, but I see it was positive, never fell negative, right? I can zoom out. Oh, that doesn't even show me the negative, but that's not bad right there. I actually like all of that on the daily. I like all of that on the weekly. Let me give RR just a little bit more love real quick. Again, I like that MACD. That is a very healthy RSI in the daily. Volume's done it before. Volume was impossible to hit from that early pump, and hey, all of a sudden that line is closer to where it should be. All of a sudden we're getting over the line, and yeah, I'm seeing some beautiful golden crosses right there. Um, we've had difficulty with that 100 moving average. Wow, actually the entire time. Yeah. Okay, look, we've never very well been over the 100. Okay, good candle, no confirmation. Good candle, none of those confirmed. Good candle, no confirmation down. Good candle, no confirmation. Good candle, doji don't count, all the way down, and we haven't hit it since. Do not underestimate this 100 moving average. However, I love the RSI. I believe robotics is due next because quantum and AI has already ran, right? So I think there's a real good shot at breaking it for the first time. We've never even remotely wicked the 200, okay? So I think it'd be a little aggressive to think above $1.16, $1.15, give or take. But if that breaks, oh man, keep an eye on RR as well. Look at this thing right here. We're coming up to a very, very big test on the weekly with the 50 all the way up there, right? So um, keep an eye on both of these, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Let's come take a look at KULR. A little longer on the video than I expected, but we're going to give this one some love. So look, there is still a lot of good that I see on KULR. And in many, excuse me, sorry about that. In many ways, it's what I said on the DXYZ comment. When you pump, okay, from as low as 24 million, you can see in the box over there towards the bottom, volume VOL is at 24, right? You go from 24 million to over 400, almost 500. I'm going to pause and drink water. My apologies. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I've been talking for longer than I expected. When you pump from 25 to almost 500, right? That's a 20x move right there. And then dump as low as today's 20 million, right? Actually below that takeoff number of 24, right? When you pump and dump volume, but you hold, not even hold, you actually have uptrended since the pump volume. There's more good than bad to be seen. All right. The other thing, and again, I asked if we were wrong. Offering. I asked the team what the offering number actually was. Generally, an offering loses two moving averages. Generally, let me know if this number is wrong, but if an offering is at 79 cents, generally you fall below the offering number to what would make sense to me, 73 right here. It's a resistance, it's the 20 moving average. No, that's not what's happening. And again, I said, right, like it's an 80 cent holding and it's a $1.30 price still. That is not too shabby. More so, and again, I think it's easier to see it on the video. I said it on the last video as well. In February of this year, we opened at 11 cents. It actually fell as low as 10 cents on that same day. For someone to buy almost 13, let's just say $12 million of that same stock at roughly 8x that low price, take the money and run. All right, I would much rather make a good deal and give someone shares than go to the bank and beg for a good deal and have to pay these monthlies and have these balloon payments. And, you know, all of a sudden you've got this debt over your shoulder that you're thinking about instead of making like smart decisions for the company. All of a sudden you've got a quick 12 million that you can make sure the government contracts that you just hit, US Navy, I think, if I'm not mistaken, hey, that now has a better cushion than it probably did before that offering, right? And again, you don't got to go out and chase a loan and put our executive energy on that, right? So to me, I don't mind offerings. To me, I expect two moving averages to be lost. I expect the price to fall near or below the offering, not do the opposite of all of that. You know what I mean? So trust me, I see more good than bad, all right? The thing is, all of these are dojis. And I still need one more tell the truth candle. All right, so that's what I'm gonna be looking for on Monday. I don't think I said it real quick. If you can subscribe and share, it does a lot and it does real well with these algorithms, and I appreciate you so much. All right, so look, over the 8, and especially over the 8 and the 20, but over the 8 is a good thing. All right, good things happen over that line, horrible things happen under it. And at this moment, what I'm actually watching it do is ride up on dojis. We've basically broken all five from 32 cents up to a buck 50 on. And again, I'm a moving average break a line guy, right? So I'm sure there's some candle traders out there that are like wildly offended that I'm calling most of these a doji, right? But to me, there are there's three good candles I see, maybe four. I'm gonna say four. This is one. This is a maybe two. This is number three, and this one's number four. This is not a good candle. This is a doji. I have a wick up and a wick down. It's a bigger body than I expect, but yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty right there. This one, I wasn't sure because of that hard wick down, but to me, one, two, three are the only good candles in this uptrend. And hey, not all stocks are the same, right? Not a lot of stocks can ride dojis up. It's just so much uncertainty. You generally want a little bit more truth, right? I think we're going to get this level truth either up or down on Monday. I do. Because again, this is a this is essentially a 5-day doji right here. This is not a good green candle. This one opens at $1.60 and falls all the way down to $1.40. More people lost 10% or more that day than they made any money. So that's a bad candle, and then all of these are very much doji, right? So this entire week was wildly uncertain. And I don't think it's going to do one more week of that. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting a big truth up. I'm expecting to either break 148 or I'm expecting to lose 116. Truth be told, I don't really know. I don't, and I think the one thing I got to look at is the Nasdaq. And the one thing that I've been this is beautiful. All right. I still sincerely believe the tech ocean is calm. I believe I don't use the word safe. There is no such thing as safe in this crazy market of ours, but it's still okay to take riskier little dinky boats out deeper in the ocean, right? So NASDAQ's still looking good. It's an 88 RSI. I feel like we need a little bit of a healthy cool down and then we'll bounce back up and take off, right? So I don't know if a healthy cool down scares a little bit of a cooler, but listen, as long as we're over the 8 moving average, it's okay. Truth be told, this can fall all the way to 92 cents and still be very bullish, okay? I do not want to lose 92 cents. Again, I don't know the math behind these. Don't move that line. I don't know the math behind these lines, but I think the 20 moving average is going to get into the 80ish range. It'll probably get to that 90 by Wednesday, give or take, right? Maybe a couple days to get there. If we lose that 90, I think that could have a potential for a scary fall. So watch these two. If we lose 116, 92 is next. Still bullish as long as that holds. If we break 148, we're going up to 186. That's the 1-2 up. That's the 1-2 down. Watch NASDAQ, okay? I see red over green on the RSI. You can see it when I click in the box. The average 77 is bigger than the 75 RSI, right? So a little bit of a disjointment. I like green over red on both the MACD and the RSI. I think the other big factor is going to be volume. And I haven't brought out the trusty calculator in a while. I actually don't even need it, but let's just do it. We need 70 million shares. All right. That's too high. What is the actual white line at? White line's actually only at 23. I'll take 53. 53 million shares in a 7-hour day. I'm looking for about 8 million shares an hour. Okay, by the second hour of trading, I actually need to be close to 15. And on a full day of Friday, we got 20, right? So asking for, what 30, wow, I can't do the math right there. That's 75% of the volume in 2 hours. If we can hit that on Monday, that's what we're looking for. I think that will give a bigger inclination that we're going to break 148 and head to the 180. All right. Yeah, I think that's everything. Let me know your thought. Did I look at the weekly? Let me just show the weekly real quick just in case. Oh, I did not. For sure I did not. Look at what's going on. Man, I have too many lines going and I apologize, but um we're trying to get over the 200 moving average. We have not done that since 2022 and we actually did not do it this week, right? We opened all the way up here, but unfortunately, you can see it right there in the box. We closed just a penny under. We closed at 128. The 200 moving average was at 129. That with the 94 RSI might have me a little more inclined to believe we're going to be headed a little closer to the 92 cents. But hey, man, maybe that's an interesting doji enough, close enough to the. It is so 50. I'm telling you, I don't think I have an educated which way I predict. I think the volume on the daily will dictate up or down, and then react accordingly. All right. But so far, I'm still seeing a lot of good, especially coming off how the market's reacting to that offering. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Oh, I appreciate you all so, so much.